In today's unpredictable global landscape, very little feels certain. One exception, however, is Europe's approach to Iran, where European leaders can reliably be expected to choose the least effective path. In recent days, pressure has grown on European governments to stop overlooking the Iranian regime's ongoing violence against its own people. Central to this debate is whether the European Union should formally designate the Islamic Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization. Such a designation would severely restrict European companies from engaging with the IRGC, which, beyond its military role, controls a vast portion of Iran's economy and sits at the heart of the regime's power structure. The United States took this step back in 2019, listing the IRGC as a foreign terrorist organization. Western intelligence agencies say the group has backed Hamas and regional proxies like Hezbollah, while also financing terror operations stretching from Colombia to Tanzania. Domestically, the IRGC, often through its Basij militia, has been instrumental in crushing dissent. From the 2009 Green Movement to the 2022 protests sparked by the death of Mahsa Amini, and now the current wave of civilian killings, the group has consistently enforced repression. From a foreign policy standpoint, blacklisting the IRGC should be an obvious decision, yet Spain, Italy, and France continue to block the move. According to European People's Party President Manfred Weber, these countries argue that maintaining communication channels with Tehran is essential. Weber dismissed the claim, asking how meaningful dialogue is possible with what he described as a terrorist regime. In reality, the resistance has little to do with diplomacy. Spain's opposition appears driven largely by the fact that Israel supports the designation. France and Italy, meanwhile, are keen to preserve the possibility of restoring lucrative economic ties with Iran in the future, particularly in the energy sector. These governments also fear retaliation. Iran has a well-documented record of detaining Europeans as leverage. In recent years, French nationals and an Italian journalist have been arrested, while Belgian aid worker Olivier van de Castelet was imprisoned in 2022 on fabricated espionage charges. His release came only after Belgium agreed to free Assadollah Assadi, an Iranian terrorist convicted for plotting a bombing at a dissident gathering in France. Such incidents have reinforced a culture of caution across Europe. Even European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen remained largely silent during the early days of Iran's latest protest crackdown, speaking out only after security forces began shooting demonstrators in the face. Only strong public pressure, similar to the reaction seen over Gaza, could shift this inertia. So far, that pressure has failed to materialize. Chess grandmaster and political activist Garry Kasparov offered a blunt explanation for the disparity. No Jews, no news. Fear also plays a role. European leaders know Israel is unlikely to respond to criticism with reprisals. Iran, by contrast, may detain tourists, arrest journalists, or engineer new hostage crises to punish moral defiance. As a result, Europe softens its language, delays decisions, and frames hesitation as pragmatism. By refusing to confront the IRGC, Europe has sent Tehran a clear message: intimidation delivers results. Roundup. EU weighs tariffs on Chinese hybrid vehicles. The EU Commission is considering new tariffs on Chinese-made hybrid cars, citing concerns over unfair state subsidies. The move follows a 155% surge in Chinese hybrid vehicle sales in the EU over the past year. Trump holds firm on Greenland. Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said Denmark and the US remain fundamentally divided over Greenland. After a lengthy trilateral meeting, Trump reiterated that the U.S. needs Greenland for national security, warning that Russia and China could otherwise move in. EU power exports to Ukraine rise. Electricity flows from EU countries to Ukraine have increased sharply as Russia intensifies attacks on Ukrainian energy infrastructure amid freezing temperatures. The trend underscores the importance of cross-border electricity support. Across Europe, Greenland issue nudges Iceland toward EU. Trump's comments on Greenland have triggered renewed debate in Iceland about EU membership. According to a political science professor at Bifrost University, the issue has significantly revived discussions around Iceland's international alignment. Paris left risks vote split again. France's Socialist Party has launched its Paris municipal election campaign, but faces competition from a rival list led by France Unbound. Polling above 10%, the Radical Left Party is expected to stay in the race through the second round, worrying socialist organizers. Western Sahara double standards resurface. Spain's vocal defense of international law in response to U.S. actions in Venezuela and comments on Greenland have renewed criticism of Madrid's own stance on Western Sahara, where Spain continues to play a sensitive and influential role.